He's being very annoying on the Tiny.
He is, and he might actually find a kill now. Avalanche Toss is going to be out onto Cuckoo. Do slow him down with the Stroke of Fate, and now the hoof stomp, but Fearless is going to join in with the 8th Remnant, takes the first blood, and takes the bounty away.
He won. Off to a pretty good start. The 2 and last hits will go.
Mid lane, caught by that Remnant, but will survive through the initial burst, and now wants to turn back around onto Q. Q will drop to the Storm, and now Fearless being chased down by Jabs. Looks like he wants to go for another kill, Arbet. Onto Jackie. Jackie gonna go for the doppel, but without that now, Jackie is just a sitting duck. Cuckoo will commit the Stampede, and it will be a very simple rotation out for Arbed. Let's come out, they want to go for the kill. This should be a very easy one. Q gets the Avalanche into the toss, and should be a nice easy cleanup here for Fearless, or is it? Whiteman had the Inkswell going.
Yeah, missed opportunity. They wanted to jump Savage. They need some help for that. And they do find something bot though, Abed. The jungle hasn't been monitored. This is a bit of a concern for MG Trust. They do catch Jabs though.
They got the Fiend's Grip off onto the Bat Rider. Not really the usage they were hoping for. There's going to be TPs coming in, and we Savage showing up now. You don't have the Fiend's Grip to hold him down. The Savage going to pop the Rage onto Jackie. Masteros does have Ravage, but needs to commit very, very soon, and he has not yet. He'll hold out. Back to that T1 mid tower, but now the Stampede in from Cuckoo. Nightmare will be there on your Centaur, but Jab's got the lasso up. Big Ravage, however, from Masteros, and Arbed gonna zip back in. Does take down Boobill, but Q also going down on the Tiny. And Masteros is still left behind on the Tidehunter, but they want to go after Fearless. Arbed, does he have the damage jump? He's kind of low on mana. Quite difficult to get through the raw HP pool of this Tide, and now Q. A great toss out on Jabs, and that's going to mean your Bat Rider's gone. Fearless actually going to be the closest target to them, but they ping out Boombill, and they'll commit the lasso, go for the easy Bane kill, and now the chase will be on. See if they can get anyone else. But Masteros, again, is going to be way too difficult of a target to get through. And instead, well, they're going to zip in onto Fearless. Silence will be there from Arbed, into the Vortex and the Hoof Stomp. And Fearless, he did not have that Yule Scepter available. Pops the Essence Ring there. Fearless gonna get the Yules off on Cuckoo, so he'll start on the Centaur. Cuckoo does commit the Stampede, but Ravage is gonna fly out, and it's a very nice Ravage, allowing them to jump in. Q with the Avalanche toss, but Jabs, he got the lasso off on Fearless. They could burst down this Void Spirit perhaps, or maybe not Arbed. He's running low on mana. Motivate Trust are still fighting back, but Savage standing his ground up against Jackie, who is very, very low, and looks like he might die. Among Us, it looked kind of poor for them after that Ravage, but they just sustained themselves, and well, you lost Jabs on the Bat Rider, but you might find even more for your trouble, as you will get Fearless, and even Masteros is set to go down here up this bot lane, and it'll be a full team one. And even that last team fight, everything went well, but they just couldn't kill anyone worth killing. Now Jabs with the Firefly gonna go in with the Infest, and Q's gonna go down, and so does the Bane. Masteros can't really do much as his Ravage is on cooldown, and now Jabs, a perfect lasso off, catching Jackie, and that'll be your PL gone. In fact, they're not even done, Arbed. He's going for more. He wants Fearless in the Void Spirit, but Fearless will be able to Astral Step away.
Whiteman.
Fearless gonna jump in after Jabs. Was trying to get the TP out, but looks like he is going to end up going down, perhaps. Shadow Amulet, yeah, definitely not going to be enough. The Astral Step was there from Fearless. Going to get spotted by Q. It's the Avalanche into the toss. Now Fearless can get the guaranteed silence off. Arbed going to pop the Bloodstone active, and is going to be alright. They can't kill him, and he's going to turn back around onto the Bane, who could not get the Fiend's Grip off in time. And Cuckoo's going to be there with the Hoof Stomp onto Q, and now Fearless. He cannot step away. He's got 5 seconds for it to be off cooldown, but the Dissimulate Juke is perhaps going to be enough. Jabs, no, he's going to get the lasso off, but he did catch the Bane. Not quite the target they wanted, but they'll take it. Now the Soulbane out from Whiteman into the double Vortex of Arbed. They'll throw the Ravage out, but it might not be enough. They'll lose Jabs, but what does that mean when you're losing all your cores on Motivate Trust? Jackie trying to run back towards Arbed, does get the Storm. And Boombell's actually going to buy back. They'll try and turn this one around. Masaros buying time. Q. Avalanche toss going to be out. Whiteman, he's falling very low and looks like he will die. Now Savage, how do you deal with this? Gonna go back onto Boombell, but he's been Fiend script up. They can't cancel it, so Savage is also gonna die. Now Q. Oh, Cuckoo trying to TP out, but he's gonna get wiped. Meanwhile, Among Us, they are just sticking as a team. They can see Masaros, and they're gonna try and make the jump in. He does have the Ravage. Again, can he actually die? It doesn't look like he can, so Jabs is going to jump into the backlines, but he's been nightmared up. Boombell is going to get jumped straight away by Abed and is down. They find another. The Soulbind is going to be out on Fearless and Masaros. A big Ravage though from Masaros, but the Vortex is out from Abed, just holding him down. But here comes Q with the Avalanche, but it's not going to be enough. Among Us giving it back the way of Motivate Trust. And Jackie, the only man left, thanks to the Aegis, might be dead anyway. Abed goes in with the Inkswell, and he won't even need it.
Oh, man. Be a bit more cautious now as Q.
Yeah, he's gone. Abed makes the jump. Jabs does have Lasso, but no, they can't actually catch him. The Spider Legs. Gonna make it so he can get out, and Jabs might be just left here to die. And that will be the case. That Rider does go down. Masaros, he's coming close, but he's not going to make it in time. Jabs, nice lasso out, does catch Boombell once again, and they just burst down the Bane. Now with the Flame Break back onto Masaros, and he is not as tanky as he used to be. The Nullify making short work of him, or is it he's still trying to run, but no, he's gone. On to the next, Abed zips onto the Tiny. That'll mean Q is certainly dead. Whiteman with a triple kill on the Grimstroke of all things. Does. Abed does actually go down. It's a very nice play from Jack. Jabs, that lasso is going to go on Fearless. They break the Lincolns, and the Fiend Strip is going to do nothing. And now Abed with a 3-man Vortex off on the Storm is just going to melt them. Jackie's trying to run, but they are gone.
Oh, man.
See you later, Masaros.
Oh, boy. That was just wonderful from Among Us. The Dark Portrait of Whitemon was zoning Masaros out. Like, he was stuck there. He was losing mana.
Yeah, it's over. There's no buybacks left. One Vortex from Abed and the game's over. Of course, all props to Jabs for getting that lasso before he could get Fiend Script by the Bane.
A lot of damage and can set the pace of the game. Something you're going to have to be careful about.
Top lane, Masaros going to be the first blood, and Jabs, he just keeps rushing forward. Boombell could not get away from this man, and eventually Jabs will go down, but the Cuckoo, but won't be able to get anything done. Meanwhile, mid lane, Fearless is dropping very low. He's going to juke out the Torrent. Does get a toss off. Abed wants to go for the final swing, and the Thunderstrike is going to be out from Whiteman as well. But now the Snowball is coming into Abed, and this should be a trade. It will be. Q able to pick up that one on the Oracle. But you're still very happy if you're Abed. And even top lane Jabs. He just rushes Masaros with the Auto Titan again and offers him a glass of water. Masaros not wanting to get too close to this Morphling, who is out-leveling him by 1. To make matters worse for Masaros, Jabs is here, but a great Avalanche toss out from Fearless.
No rupture up yet, no farm at all.
This is so rough, but Masaros is going to get glimpsed back at least. Cuckoo's still in danger, has TPs coming in, but it's not going to matter. Fearless able to set up for Jackie. Now Abed does rotate, but the Edict is going to stop the magic damage coming out on Fearless. Abed's still going to go for the chase, but Fortune's End, no, it's not going to be enough. But they'll turn around now on that Kunkka. Abed, he's a tanky man, but he may not be tanky enough as he is dropping quite low and does go down to Q on the Oracle. Among Us, I'm not sure if they can take this fight. Snowball going to be out on Jabs, but that'll force out the boat from Abed. Right onto Boombell. He's pretty low with that rupture and he's going to drop it. Now Savage is going to join his team. They do pick off Fearless on that mid-tiny. The chase continues. They'd love to get Jackie on this Drow. That Blood Right going to be well positioned with the Torrent out from Abed, and that means this Drow Ranger may have just lost his life though. No, they do get the false promise off in time, but Savage has got so much damage coming out. I think Jackie might just die anyway, and will. Cuckoo has him surrounded with Savage, and there goes your Drow. Not to mention Q also being caught now on the Oracle does go down, and Boombell is not out of the woods yet. He just brought back on that task, but they're just going to keep rushing him. Savage on top, goes for the waveform through, gets tossed back by Fearless. They do lose jabs. Have they gone too far? Snowball is out from Boombell, but no. They don't seem to have the damage output. Savage is actually blocked up by those trees. Thinking about turning back around. Fearless, avalanche toss on Arbed, just trying to get that Kunkka down. He is now trapped in the Sprout, but still on the run. Turns around for a Tidebringer, but does eventually go down.
4 Among Us on that Bloodseeker. Down mid though.
Arbed, see X off on Boombell, but the Snowball will be there in time, and Whitemon, he's already gone, and now Fearless, well, he gets blown up by Savage. So 1 for 1, but it looks like Among Us are going to be ahead here. As Boombell, he'll try for the TP. Arbed will just X him back. That'll be Boombell gone. And of course, meanwhile, Q, he is also surrounded with the false promise out. Does get the TP off in time, but does die in the fountain. Fearless into Savage. That'll be a massive pickoff. Avalanche toss, not quite enough. Not even with the multi-shot. Savage will try to waveform out. Now the trade. They want to turn around and fight here. Among Us do get the boat out. Onto Jackie. With the stomp out from Jabs. Still Fearless. Going to jump back in for an avalanche toss. But Cuckoo just trying to get out. Will not be able to. The Fortune's End is going to be enough. Who are they aiming here? Jabs getting trapped up on the low ground. Can't get the stomp off in time. He'll also be the one to go down. Good. Oh, stuck around there. There's an avalanche toss out from Fearless. He is a bit tankier than you'd expect now, so Bloodright is going to be able to come out with the Rupture. Whitemon, he could go for a glimpse back, but the Snowball is going to buy them some time to run. There's your glimpse coming out onto Fearless with a Static Storm and Kinetic Field. And this Tiny, well, he'll get Yulesed up. Might buy him enough time. In fact, it does, but the X is now going to be there from Arbed. Great shards out from Boombell, locking them in, and now Fearless back out with the toss. Straight onto Jabs, but the Elder Titan is still not dying. Now poor old Masaros going to get glimpsed back on the Prophet. They do finally kill Jabs. But can they retreat without being punished? Oh, that's a nice snowball once again from Boombell. Going to buy time to avoid the bone. Now with the multi-shot, going back in, but here comes Savage, trying to go after Q. In fact, no, they'll focus on Boombell. That'll be a Tuskon. Fearless, he's just bleeding in the corner. Can't really help right now as he waits for the Rupture to wear off. And it finally does, so we'll go after Whitemon. Doesn't really finish off the kill, or does actually with that tree throw, but it's going to cost him his own life. Or perhaps not, the false promise is out now from Q. Cuckoo still going in with the Bloodright. Is going to go down to Q on the Oracle. Savage, go back in for the Prophet. Eventually might be able to get him, but no. Again, Q saving the day. And now our Drow can turn back around onto Arbed and get that damage out. Arbed with that Heaven's Halberd, going to be able to walk away. Now Savage going back onto the Drow. It's literally Arbed versus Savage versus the world. Boombell going to come back in with the Walrus Punch now. Arbed getting a reset. He's XTPing and coming back into this fight very, very soon to help out Savage once again.
Oh.
Torrent is going to be there. The Fortune's End flying all the way back from the fountain onto Masaros. The Prophet is very low, but Savage is even lower and does end up finally dropping. And now Arbed has been left alone with no friends. Well, I say that, Whiteman is just around the corner. There's not much he can do as the Disruptor to help out. He'll drop a Kinetic Field. Rupture out on Boombell. Cuckoo now going to come back into the fight. But they do not want to continue. They want to disengage, and Stomp is out with the Bloodright onto Fearless, but he's going to be alright to run away. Perhaps not for Q though, as he does get X back, but he gets the false promise off in time. Now the Snowball back in, but Arbed times the boat very, very well and does connect both of them with Jackie, getting the multi-shot, but Savage now is breaking the gap, going after Fearless and the Drow. Do they have the damage output or the control? Fearless, nice blink away. Right. Fearless still looking for him, does eventually get him with the avalanche toss, and It will be enough with Q. Fearless, let's get in to cancel the TP of Jabs. They do blow up the Titan. Boat not going to really connect onto Fearless. He does Yules away. Masteros, as usual, getting glimpsed out of the team fight, but Cuckoo is going to be left behind, and they do clean up a 2-0.
Been on point. You know, the Blink has been paying dividends. MG Trust, they do smoke up, though. Had a bit of enough of that.
Savage going to get jumped on. Fearless does not get the avalanche, now does get ruptured. Static Storm going to hold him in place. They don't really want to give up this tiny like this, but they may not have a choice. Let's go down.
Jackie?
And Jackie is very far forward, so they just jump him immediately. That'll force the buyback from Fearless. Jackie is going to be okay, but Boombell will not be. Now, well, they're looking for more Arbit. A great stop out from Jabs. Into Arbit's X. And Fearless, he did just buy back. They can't afford to lose him like this. Now Masteros will control up the side with the Hex onto Jabs, but Cuckoo take care of him, and Fearless is gone on the Tiny. He does die back, and now Jackie also being caught out on the Drow. An ultra kill out for Savage, making a rampage. This is the Divine. He's keeping it in the courier for now. Does bring it out. Is it active? Into that Elder Titan form. Masteros always been hexed up, so Savage looking for that Oracle, doesn't quite get that, but just blows up Boombell, and now the Abyssal is out on Jackie. They'll try and Hurricane Pike away, they'll just focus on Masteros instead, and now Jackie will be focused down by Savage. He does get into the back lines, just hits him as the Elder Titan. But toss back, not quite to the fountain, but they got the Hex off on Savage. He has been strength morphing, does have the Aegis anyway.
Not going to hold on to these top range.
Fearless. Oh, Fearless, you can't die like this. Not right now. What about that kinetic field? And he's gone.
Ooh.
That's a big crit out from Savage.
At the Tiny, your control is kind of gone here.
One tier 4 gone. That's another quick tier 4 gone for Savage. And he's just going to waveform through. He is done with this game. He wants the Ancient. And he is going to go straight for it. They can't really slow him down. Or can they? They get the Hex off from Masteros. Boat's flying in. He'll waveform the other way. Another disarm. But he is focused in on those objectives. And that is it. GG Warplane is called. And Among Us will win their second 2-0 victory.